problems because of the books. Pam loves to read Ann Landers. And loves to, they love to laugh at the answers. You know, they're going, is this really how humans act? Where Pam's answer would always be, killing.
That's a very short answer. Is he a good dresser? All right, keep him around. You know, I think it'd be brilliant. We'll see. You know, you might see that one day.
And Dennis, you were talking about developing the character of Russell Edgington. The relationship between Russell and Talbot was so believable. How did you go about developing that actual relationship?
Long hikes with the actor who played him, Theo Alexander. We usually went on hikes in the Frisco Bunyan Canyon in LA, and we would meet at the bottom of the canyon, and we would hike for like an hour. And while we hiked, we would talk about where we met and how we met, and try to kind of, I don't know, hash it out. He'd make a suggestion, I would kind of go, I don't think Russell would do that. And he would say something about himself, and I would go, I'm not sure about that. But we decided that because, again, I feel like I'm stepping all over your feet, but we weren't, the information was not developed for reasons. It's not really necessary for us. Even if we don't see it, we need to know what the answer is. So we met at a mass ball in 1300 in Constantinople. It was a, he was dressed as Alcide the Great, and I was dressed as Caesar. At the time, he was a prince, a petty prince in the Byzantine kingdom. And actually with the Byzantium, sorry, not Constantinople. And we ended up hitting it off. You know, we danced a few dances, we went to the punch bowl. And, I had to work the next night, and so I said, it's the time to get off. And I said, depends how many people I have to kill. I was a mercenary soldier for hire for other petty princes. I would get to keep the spoils of the battlefield and bodies. And so we actually met the next night, and you know, it was just kind of love at first sight. And then at some point I turned to it because what should do?
In real life, marriage is hard. And yeah. But things keep you together. Maybe you have just such a great sense of humor with the other person. They really get you in a way nobody else does. What do you think has kept Russell and Talbot together for centuries?
You know, I thought it was fascinating. There was a great, our costume designer, Audrey Fisher, who we all love to talk about. She is so brilliant that she made a decision that Russell was dressed by Talbot. Left his own devices, Russell would wear, like, you know, something like a French coat. And so when Talbot dies, Russell reverts to kind of the savage form of himself and loses the civilizing factor of Talbot. And I thought that was just a brilliant way of expressing how relationships actually affect each other. You know, does somebody dress you, does somebody say, oh, no, honey, not that tie. and Talbot civilized Russell. Talbot made Russell a more powerful figure. And in return, Russell protected and allowed and gave Talbot the lifestyle to which he was accustomed, allowed him to live in this kind of environment. And what I loved about it was that there was this incredible fierceness about them. They had a private, what they did in private, nobody knew. They made it bigger in public. You know that behind the scenes that they both took care of each other. And I just love that. It's intensely, you know, they're a beneficial relationship.
Joe, you were talking about you being a former construction worker, Alcide working construction. I know that you starred as Flash Thompson in the first Spider-Man movie, and then you took a hiatus for a while, became a roadie for a while, did some construction. What was that like, taking that hiatus?
Well, what was that like? Jeez, that's a good question. I was a big drinker, man. I just was always that dude. You know, my heroes were Jim Morrison and Gary Oldman, you know, those kind of wild rock starish, you know, crazy artistes. And, you know, I just got to the point where, you know, 2 packs a day and a bottle of whiskey wasn't going to cut it anymore. And so, you know, I took some time off from acting to basically stop doing it. And in that time, I started thinking about what I wanted to do, and did I want to keep acting, what did I want, you know, whatever. And moved around a bit, was a roadie for a rock band, Goldfinger, I toured the world with them. Yeah. And then I was a sparring partner for an NHL hockey player in his off season. I learned how to box, was a DJ for a little while, and I finished my degree. And then at the, thank you. And then at the end of that period, I walked into a friend of mine. A friend of mine was building his own house, and I walked in and looked up, and one of my favorite books ever was The Fountainhead. And I just love architecture. I love Frank Lloyd Wright. I grew up in Pittsburgh, and some of his houses are around there following water, and I was always fascinated. And I looked up and went, man, this is amazing. And I said, can I work for you? And he said, you sure? And I went, yeah. And he goes, okay. And he goes, show up and pick up this truck at 7 a.m. And I went, okay. And I showed up and picked up this truck, and I would go and deliver sand and gravel to job sites from 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And I just shoveled sand and gravel, mixed cement, jackhammer, and did that for a little while, and was content with it. And then acting came back and found me. And acting became too loud to ignore. And so I came back, and I think that time off really made me a lot more grateful. And I think working with those guys that I worked construction with, I really had a respect, and I really felt honored to be able to be an artist and live that lifestyle. And so, when I came back again, I really didn't respect it. I pulled my pants up and hang them up. The wardrobe people, I show up early, I go home late, and obviously with the 2 packs of cigarettes a day and a bottle of whiskey a day out of the way, I can start working out the way that I always intended to. And then, 5 years into that, True Blood comes along, and my life changed.
Kristin, I know you paint. Dennis, you were talking about making dioramas. How do you find the energy to do all this creative stuff outside of acting? I would think the acting would be just so draining you wouldn't have any energy left.
There's an endless supply of that, I think, for artists, that you're constantly trying to find an outlet for. I don't know, for me, like, I love the concept of being able to flip off the switch and relax, but it remains a concept. So, just as long as my body's awake, I seem to just be trying to get this kind of stuff out, That's what it feels like. And it feels, painting for me is that is one time when my mind is quiet, because otherwise it's just constant chatter, just like going. So that's nice for me to be able to do. But I think that's probably true with all of us, that we just have this thing. We just have to keep, it's not peaceful, but it's just kind of who we are. I don't know, I feel like we just kind of go.
I tell you, man, Denis and I talked about it last night. We get to do this thing and become friends and everything, but similar to Joe's story, I camped out on a lot of my impulses in my life for a long time. Afraid to say out loud you want to do this, or held yourself back some way or another. And the day came where I got some grace to see kind of what I was really about. And life became interesting. Like, interesting, immensely. My heroes suddenly became teachers instead of people I could just admire. Everybody counts. Everything matters. James Dean has this great quote where he says, everything is relevant. Everything counts. You've got to take it all in because you have to express everything. You've got to know yourself. When you wake up from being sort of slumbering through life, and like I said, it's grace that gave me some kind of passion.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping on it.
Okay.
And I'm not sleeping at all. Right? But I want to make movies. I teach at our school. We're doing 5 plays this summer and going to Detroit to give them away to people who are broken and need it and everything. And I wake up and whatever this thing in, I feel like it's planted in us by God, and I can hit the snooze button, or I can wake up and try to express something about life. My heroes are insane. They're all Mediterranean. They're all, Elia Kazan and John Cassavetes and these guys. They got excited about life. They got in contact with life, and they started doing it, and they did it tirelessly. And when you're in it, it's not
That
exhausting.
wasn't me.
Right.
It's not. There's no peace, but I can rest in the insanity of being an expressive person
Yeah.
glad to be alive.
Yeah.
Well, it's that kind of thing where I feel like as an artist, it sounds pretentious to say the word artist. It's taken me a long time to say that.
Amen.
But you know, you have to have something to give away, and you have to have something to express. If all I'm doing is reading trade papers and looking for my next job and talking to agents, what material am I using to act? So I feel like when you're not acting, you have to fill yourself back up with material. So I go to a lot of museums. I see a lot of exhibitions. I read tons of history. I'm reading a book on Cleopatra right now. I'm trying to learn German. I'm reading about the Old Testament and New Testament just historically. I want to read about them. I tend to have 4 or 5 different things going at once. And all it's doing is trying to give me material so that when I am trying to express something, I can draw from all kinds of things. And like Jim said, you know, I think to be an artist is to be somebody who's always a student. You're constantly learning. You're constantly thinking about what you need to know, and you're trying to absorb from other people. You know, being here, meeting all of you, being in this environment, seeing all your costumes, seeing your passion for doing this is inspirational for all of us. When we come away, we kind of go, how do I take your inspiration and use that on a daily basis to keep myself fueled for the next 6 months?
If I could join in on that, your process is taking in and then showing it in a different way, very similar to what writers do, except writers do their performance totally by themselves, in a room by themselves, and they can wear whatever they want to.
At least you get to wear something.
It's very true that you have to intake before you can output, and the writers are always the worst eavesdroppers around because we're always listening to the other conversations that people are going on with, and you know, some of them are so fascinating. You want to track the person down and say, what were you talking about? Tell me the whole story. I just want to know. But people don't like that too much. I know.
We'll take a question from the audience over there.
This question is for Joe. How's it going?
Hey, Lance.
I was just wondering, I'm a teacher, and bullying has become a real issue, especially with the gay and lesbian youth. I know that you've done charity work, like with Lazarus House, that sort of thing, and I'm just curious what kind of a student you were in school, and if there was a certain clique that you were involved in.
That's a good question. Yeah, we all did PSAs this year about bullying, about anti-bullying. We did anti-bullying. And I was really happy to do it because growing up, I was bigger than the other kids, but very similar to the character that I play on True Blood. He was very gentle, and I was very sensitive. And so, you know, I would get picked on by older kids, and I'd go home and I would cry. And my full-blooded Sicilian, Boston, tough guy dad wouldn't have it. And, you know, he told me, you know, you're going to go back in there tomorrow, and I don't care what the nuns say. You're going to find that kid, and you're going to knock his teeth out. And I remember going to sleep that night, not being able to sleep. I remember sitting up, and it was like, you know, my father was putting me on my first hit. And, you know, in the first half of the next day at school, I just couldn't pay attention because, you know, I was just waiting for recess, and I got to recess, and I walked out there on the playground, and I found that kid, and I was so nervous, and he said something to me, and put him down, he went. The kid next to him, he started laughing, and put him down, he went too. You know, and after that, you know, I was just like this, you know, this little tiny Terminator robot. You know, but I still remember to this day what it was like getting picked on. I felt like I was alone. I felt like I had nobody to talk to about it. And you know, when I got into high school, I was a jock, I was an athlete, but I never really felt like them because I still had that artistic sensitive kid inside of me, but I didn't necessarily identify with the cigarette-smoking Slayer t-shirt wearing kids out on the street corner either. So I was kind of somewhere in between. I didn't really fit in, but I would see some of the jocks, some of the other captains of the sports teams picking on those kids. And I remember one time getting one of their faces and saying, you know what, you touch him, you and me are going to go at it. And so I was at odds with a lot of the jocks in the way that Alcide is at odds with a lot of the werewolves. And so, you know, there's a lot of that I think goes into the character. And especially, man, this episode that happens tonight. At 9 p.m. There's a scene that happens tonight that is almost direct, like emotionally, truthfully